You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Evil Cooks. Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Alex and Elvia, thanks for coming out and doing the podcast. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Have you guys done anything like this before?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
When was the last time?
I don't remember. Well, we were doing our podcast.
So it's like 3 months ago? 4 months ago?
Okay.
Stopped.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
What was your guys' podcast about?
It's just called The Dark Side of the Cooks. And it's just about cooking.
Dark Side of the Cooks.
But we basically just talk about like
Focus on the bad thing.
bad things that happen. Like,
The crazy things, the things people don't really talk about.
Oh, nice.
Is it still out streaming?
Yeah.
Yes,
everywhere?
sure.
Somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there in the abyss.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the metaverse. Like,
So when you say like the dark side of cooking, what do you mean? What does that entail?
Like usually people try to make it look like fancy, like all the good stuff that happens to you, but it's a lot of stories behind it. Like you get like 16 to 18 hours working straight.
Crazy cuts.
After that, you go to drink, have fun, have some tacos, sleep 2-3 hours, get up again, and not even shower, go back to work. So that's what we were talking about, basically.
Yeah. And was it just you two, or did you have like
two and guests?
and guests?
nice.
And most of your guests were from the
Industry.
industry.
I feel like people romanticize, right, being a chef or cooking. And like you said, like...
Or just the chef title.
Yeah, like a chef
Yeah.
title, right? It's like this, like, oh, cool. You get to create and
Like-
with food and...
Like I was watching last night, The Bear.
The bear.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching it too.
couldn't.
And for me, it's
No.
like too much. It's not the real shit that happens
No.
in the restaurant.
Wait, what is it called? The Bear?
The bear.
It's
Bear.
just like what fancy restaurants would do. It was very like military, very like...
So
Eran groseros.
he comes from a nice restaurant and he's doing something like more pop and shop type of thing. But he tries to apply the same
Techniques. And
techniques and the military concept of the
was,
kitchen.
yeah.
But I think it's like too much. Like,
It doesn't translate into something like that?
if you're a cook, you know that doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a good show at the end of the day, like for a lot of people.
We're in the second episode.
Oh, okay. Amber, are you
I'm in the second season.
second season?
Yeah.
Second season.
But I did when I first saw the show, I was like, they're like, I know that the kitchens are chaotic, right? Like it is like it can be chaotic, but I feel like their version of it was like emphasized, like everything was heightened a lot within some of the production and things like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I get it.
When we have our like crazy days, we don't even talk. We don't even yell.
Focus, like,
I'm like, why aren't you telling me I have a flan? Why don't you? And then on the show, he's fucking yelling at you.
Yeah.
But this guy doesn't.
like I come from like good restaurants where that shit used to happen, like chefs yelling, like very strict like environment, and I learned that it doesn't work like that. Like I used to be the rebel and like fuck you, like I'm not gonna do it like that. This works and that's how I'm gonna do it. And in our kitchen, that's how it works. Like because cooking is a dance, and like for us when we're busy, like we're dancing. Like everyone knows what to do, when to do it.
Coordinated and
Exactly.
it's planned.
Yep.
And we have rules like behind you because it's crucial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Doesn't-
If someone's behind you and you turn, los tacos se te caen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
or
have
te
that.
quemas. Or
Te quemas,
something,
yeah. Pretty much.
When we visited you guys out at the Santa Anita racetrack at that, what was it called?
The Bombers?
The Bombers.
Los Cholos?
Yeah, Los Cholos.
We thought it was just a lucha libre event.
Honestly,
That's
we
what we
thought
think.
that's all it was. Thank you, Super Steve.
That is funny. funny.
for that.
I didn't know there was lucha libre until we got there.
Yeah, on the other side. Yeah, we were watching and you walked by.
I was looking for food.
We were hungry.
He cooks and he was looking for food.
Yeah.
So when we were there, I took a look at your back of house, and it looks like an actual kitchen, dude.
That's
Like-
what we wanted.
Yeah.
Because he works really pretty
Yeah,
good. Huh?
we have a nice little flow.
We have a station and everything flows. Like, since Maria takes the order to me, then to Elvia, and then to Tony and Elvia.
Yeah.
So it goes in a circle. Like I say, it's a dance. Everything is coordinated.
And how important is that for you guys and what you guys do?
I think it's really important
It's
because
the number one. Because then we're going to be like bumper cars. Which sometimes we are. And
sometimes
we're like,
happens because like we travel a lot and we set up in different places.
And sometimes our setup is different.
It's different. You have to adapt.
Yeah. So we have 2 setups right now. When we
Have
go
so
to
many setups.
breweries and when we do like the big events.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We have
that
2
makes
setups.
sense.
Like
Yeah.
usually to the
Actually, I'm
breweries,
lying 3 with the triciclo.
we have a triciclo.
Oh, that's right. I seen
So
that.
depending on what we do, where we're at, and where they put us, like we have to think fast.
Yeah. How far in advance do they give you guys your placement before an event?
Depending.
Yeah,
Depending on
depending.
the event. Like sometimes like right now we have some events for November, like it's a long time. But sometimes
we
like we
already
get
know.
it for next week.
Right.
But we don't get events for use that following week because it's too much.
No, I think we're booked out till August.
Like we tell people like if you want us to be in your event, like let us know like at least 2 months in advance. That way we can
Plan
everything
yeah.
according.
Yeah. Especially what you guys do. It takes a lot of planning, right?
Yeah,
Like
and
being mobile like that.
and then scheduling with our people because
Yeah, I think it's about the schedule.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to prep and all that kind of stuff, like I think we got it down already. It's a little bit. It's like everyone knows what to do already.
Yeah. So you said you worked in like different kitchens before starting your business. How different is like doing a pop-up shops like what you guys are doing versus like an actual kitchen? Is there a difference?
You guys have both worked, right? In kitchen settings?
yeah, but within that kitchen, like my kitchen was totally different than his. I worked more in commercial, doing really high volume.
High volume.
25 pounds of rice and 100 pounds of this. And he would do...
I will do a lot of fine dining. I will do a lot of like quick food. Like I work in all the restaurants that you can imagine. I used to work just 1 year and quit. 1 year and quit. 1 year and quit. That was my norm. And people used to talk shit like, dude, that's going to look bad in your resume. I don't give a fuck. I want to learn. I want to learn technique.
Right.
I don't want to learn cuisines. That's a big difference right there. And I learned a lot because like you learn a little bit of one, a little bit of the other one, and you come with your own thing.
Yeah. Well, she comes from a high volume setting versus your cuisine. So I'm
And
pretty
it
sure
was- yeah.
that combination works out well with you guys, right?
And she's trained. She went to school for it, and I didn't. I did it for necessity.
The streets taught you.
The streets,
Damn.
the barrio.
Because you've been in like food, right, since you were pretty young, right? I think I heard you saying that you used to sell like donuts, right, when you were younger and things like that, right?
So basically, I was born in a bakery. My like I was born right there. People don't believe it, but yeah.
Yeah, you were born inside the
Ahí
bakery.
en los...
Yeah? Oh.
Ahí con los virotes y
Sí.
todo.
So I was born and raised there, and I didn't like the bakery that much because you already know like it's a lot of science when
It's
it
a
comes
lot
to
of
baking,
science.
and I hate that. I hate to follow the rules. So, but I like the same stuff. I think cooking is almost the same as
Baking.
baking. So yeah, I used to sell donuts. I rather sell than make the pastries or the donuts. And that's my background. Like I always been there. So I think that's what I end up like here cooking.
Te sirvió.
I agree. I think baking, and I've always said that baking is such a science. And for me, I don't, and that's why I don't like math, because math, it was always, there was one answer and that's all you had to do. I liked writing. I liked the other stuff where I could make bullshit stuff or, make an answer and then say my interpretation on it and it wasn't wrong. And that's why I like cooking, because cooking is like, even if something comes out, I don't know, salty, you can add something to tone it down, or it's always like you're able to fix things, where baking, it was like it either came out or it didn't. It's done. It's done. Yeah. Absolutely.
So how did it start? Like, what did you do? Like, what was the inspiration behind Evil Cooks?
I guess a lot of people say that me fui para atrás, like backwards.
Even backwards.
Because I was doing like all this fancy cooking at the beginning, and then all of a sudden I went to the streets. And usually when you're in the streets, you want a brick and mortar, and we don't want that. So everything started me getting tired of the chef title, being in the office, paperwork. I still do paperwork and all that kind of bullshit, but like I got tired of that. And I'm just going to go back and cook again. That's why I basically got rid of the chef title. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a cook. Why not call it the Evil Cooks? And we started with a simple t-shirt company. I was drawing some designs for t-shirts and selling to cooks.
You have some awesome t-shirts, by the way.
Thank you.
I got to pick one up from you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You should have told me, we would have brought you some. You should have.
Next event. Next event when I go out to visit you guys.
So that's how we started, like doing shirts, and then she was my stalker on social media. And she was like, I want to learn. I want to get out there and cook. And, and I was doing little events, and you start helping me.
Yeah, because I'm like, I was stuck in my career. Like, I was doing the whole lifer in one place.
Yeah.
And I was going through some tough times, and I wanted to like make connections out in the
industry,
in the real world,
in the streets.
So no sé cómo me lo encontré, no sé, but I was like, I want to pick your brain. Like, what goes on in your head, man? And then he's like, oh, Evil Cooks. And I was like, all right, like, I'm down. Let's do it. I never thought I'd do something like that.
But you kept working
I kept working. I had my job, and then I'd be done with it, and then I'd go and help and fucking clean.
Yeah.
Like,
that's where you
had to start somewhere.
pay your dues, right?
Pay your dues.
I iba a limpiar. And I'm like, well, buy me a beer. And then, pues ya me pegué. I became a chicle.
Is that how you got started, Alex? Like, what was your first position in the kitchen?
My first position in the kitchen was as a dishwasher.
Dishwasher? It's usually
back in 2000.
It's like dishwasher, then porter, or kitchen detail or something like that, right?
Basically, my mom wasn't able to pay the rent a month. And I wanted to be a rock star. I tell the same story. I wanted to be a rock star, and I was like, I was starting like jamming with a couple of friends, and she's like, you know what? Déjate pendejadas, go find a job. It's okay. I was 15 and I already have my beard. Mm-hmm. And I had like plugs. I have like piercings all over my face. So I went to this restaurant. I asked the chef if he needed like a dishwasher. And he's like, yeah, but take off all the fucking metal of your face. Sorry. And cut your hair, he told me. So I went around the street. I didn't have money. I told the guy, like, can you cut my hair? I come back and I'll pay you. He's like, sure. And he cut my hair. I don't know why he said yes. I think he believed me.
And they're like, fuck it,
he's like, that guy needs a haircut.
So he cut my hair. He gave me my little ponytail. I kept it.
Oh, my goodness.
And I took off everything. I told the chef, I went back probably 30, 45 minutes after. And I told him, like, I really need the job. He's like, okay, here's the fucking apron. He'd throw it at me like, here's the fucking apron.
Toma, perro.
I got in the kitchen, and it was like a huge fucking table full of dishes. They didn't have a dishwasher.
Oh, shit.
Like, fuck. So I start washing dishes, washing pots, pans, and he's like, you know what? I'll give you 6 days out of the week. I'm like, oh, perfect. So that was my first job out of necessity. He didn't ask for my papers. I didn't have my papers at that time, so I couldn't get anything else. I'm like, fuck it.
And that was
2000.
That was 2000, and because you're originally from Mexico City, right?
Querétaro, Mexico.
Oh, Querétaro.
Querétaro. Okay, where's that at?
Right
Amber?
in the middle of the
Can you pull that? I'm a very visual person.
Let's see.
I want to take a look at
It's
that.
a beautiful state.
Yeah?
If
Super
you've never
clean.
been there, like, you have to be there.
Querétaro's really nice.
Have you been there, Amber?
I haven't.
Yeah?
But it's on my... No, I haven't.
Is it on the list?
On my list.
So you have to go to Peña de Bernal, right there con los arcos.
Wow.
What is that? Is that a bridge?
It's an aqueduct.
Oh, aqueduct. Okay. Is it still like in operation? No, it's old.
Oh, and the
La
mountain?
Peña de Bernal, that's in Bernal, Querétaro. Like, it's in the outside.
It's the biggest.
Querétaro. So that's the state?
Querétaro.
Querétaro. So that's the state. That's the state of Mexico.
You say it like one, like not...
Querétaro.
Querétaro.
Say
Like
it fast.
Querétaro.
That's right.
Querétaro.
There you go.
I'm learning here. I'm learning.
Maybe you know the team because of Ronaldinho. He played there.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't know sports either.
We said no sports.
Yeah.
First thing
That
you
was
say,
a
like,
list.
no sports.
There's a list, Alex, of things.
We don't know sports either.
I thought he played for Brazil, no?
Yeah, but when he was done, he went to play
okay.
over there.
Oh, you do know.
Dang. Yo Sabo, I know a little bit.
That's
That
funny.
looks beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's really clean.
Wow.
Imagine
Okay.
Mexico City, but really clean.
Oh, okay. I've never been to.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
Ándale.
Cleaner than El Sereno?
A lot cleaner than Serena.
All right.
That's funny. All right, so it's 2000, your dishwasher, and then from there, how does it?
So from,
Give us a timeline.
Yeah.
So from there,
We like timelines.
It's going to be a
from
long one,
there-
guys.
We got time.
We
so
don't
from
know.
there, like I met this friend, and he's like, he's from around where my mom is, and really cool guy, really fast in the kitchen. I remember him chopping the mushrooms without watching his hand. I'm like, fuck, I want to do that
Hell no.
because I love knives. And and then I told him, can you teach me how to do all the thing that you do in
Yeah.
the kitchen? He's like, yeah, use nada más pégateme aquí. Like, you'll learn. And I learned for a year. And from that year, I asked the chef, can I be a prep cook? Like, I want to prep everything that he preps for the cooks in the line. He's like, yeah, but you have to come to work for free if you want to learn. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I worked like that for probably like 3-4 months around
That's
there.
a long time.
No
Whoa.
pay?
So no pay. I used to work like 7 days out of the week in the mornings to night.
Oh, shoot.
And it was pretty cool. I really love the kitchen that much.
You learned.
And at one point I was like, I thought to myself, like, I'm ready. And I told the chef, like, I'm ready. Can I get that job? You need a prep cook. He's like, no, keep doing it. Because he wasn't paying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Here's your mandil. I'm leaving. Because somebody else told me like they needed a prep cook in another restaurant. So it was like in a year at 3 months. And I quit. I was like, here's your apron. Like, I'll be back for my last check. And I went to the other place like the same day and I got hired. And since then, I say, you know what? I'm going to just be there for a year. And I'm going to go to the next one, the next one. So that's how I end up like going to all the restaurants in Long Beach right there on Pine Street. Then I end up in Riverside. Where else? I end up in a lot of places. Just because I want West Covina, Pomona, East LA. Yeah, so since then I was moving a
That was
lot.
a good one.
Yeah. And was it all the same type of like food, like different styles? It was all completely different, one to one.
Everything was different. Like,
Yeah.
I told people, like, my last job was Dia de los Puercos here in West
Oh,
Covina.
okay. I know that place.
And we opened a lot of restaurants. We opened Pomona. We opened one in
Riverside.
Boyle
East
Heights.
LA.
I remember that the one
What
downtown
year was
Pomona
that?
was at the
2016.
at the old Joey's barbecue location.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So we opened a lot of restaurants. I used to go. To
Oh, really? You did?
I remember.
And
The owner, what's the guy's
Rick.
name? Rick? Yeah, I know Rick personally.
yeah.
Yeah. I used to work with him at the Fairplex.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he used to do the events, the Moco Hit
Memoria.
and Memoria and everything. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was their chef for I think like 3-4 years. And that was my first time cooking some type of Mexican. I never cooked Mexican before.
Really?
My whole training that
Yeah.
I decided to have, it was Asian, German, French, Spanish,
Italian.
Japanese. So all the cooking that you can think about.
Wait,
that
there's
was
German restaurants?
a little bit.
A little bit, yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's cool.
There's one in Silver Lake.
Yeah?
So that was my training, but I never cooked Mexican before. So when I end up with them, I start cooking from memory. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take because I met him one day and he told me, I was going for the cook position. I didn't want to be anything else. So I was talking to him like, you want to be my sous chef? Like, I just want a cook position. That's all I want. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. And it was pretty cool. A pretty good experience.
Yeah.
And because I started like going back to my roots.
So what's the difference between a cook and a sous chef? The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more.
A cook, basically, you just follow what the sous chef gets from that chef. So you just follow orders, basically.
Oh, okay.
You just cook recipes. You don't develop recipes. Usually the sous chef and the chef develop recipes. They talk about like new stuff that comes into the menu. They talk about like food costs, labor costs, all those little things.
All the fun stuff, right?
All that boring stuff.
Gilbert's fun stuff. He likes
Yeah.
logistics and numbers.
I do.
And all that.
I do. I'm weird like that.
Not me. I'm
I'm
like,
really
don't
bad
get
with
me.
math.
Me too.
No, you're not.
You.
Pal
well,
dinero, no. I
that's
can
why-
count money. I can
No.
count money.
that's
but-
why we have Excel. There's Excel with formulas.
Add this for me now.
Exactly. Yeah. Just press enter a little.
Add some numbers and
Yeah.
it's gonna do it for you.
There you go.
So what was your first? So okay, so you were in the kitchen. You guys were in the kitchen. Elvia stalked you. You know, no. When did this start becoming like full time? Let's go. Let's do this type of thing.
So it was 2017, late 2017,
No, it was 18.
early 2018,
Mm-hmm.
early 2018.
2018.
No. See?
Yeah, because Evil Cook started officially late 2016 when I was at Dia de los Puercos. I was doing already shirts. And it was just for fun, just to clear my mind out of the whatever things.
Out of the gutter.
And then, yeah, I guess 2018. The
We
beginning
got
of
2 caterings for a hospital. And we're like, all right, this is cool. And then
We bought a plancha.
we bought a plancha. Okay. The first time we did the catering, his plancha didn't work.
and it
He
was
never
brand new.
checked. He
It was
never
brand
turned
Brand
it
new.
on. He decided the morning of, like, hey, let me try it. No quiso.
Oh my god.
So he contacted Chendo from Balam.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, well, if you want it, like, come pick it up.
I'll be there at that restaurant at 7 in the morning. So we went to Balam at 7 in the morning, drive to East LA. The catering was at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot.
What else happened that day? Something else happens.
I don't remember. But we went to the swap meet after the catering with that money that we got paid. We were like, let's go buy a plancha. And that's what we did.
Yeah, because the swap meet has always had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puestos
We
where
bought the
they sell-
plancha and the square, the square system.
Oh, yeah.
So we've always inverted.
Like invested?
Invested back into us, like, to be what we are now.
Yeah, of course you have to, right?
Yeah.
So after that catering gig, what was the next thing?
Sarah's Market.
Yeah,
Sarah's
was our
Market.
first
started doing
official
markets.
pop up. No, it's a liquor store in City Terrace,
Terrace, yeah.
and they
The pink one, right?
Yeah. Super nice people. That business has been in the family for like over 60 years. It's been passed down, and Sarah has it now. And they took a chance. They knew you.
Mm-hmm. Because they knew me because of Dia de los Puercos.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, come by. And it was in November, and it just so happened to be a vegan month for Sarah's Market. So they only got vegan vendors.
We're like, fuck it. We do
So
vegan.
he's like, we only have this date. Like, fuck it. And we're like, all right, let's do vegan pambazos, enchiladas.
Vegan
Enchiladas. And we sold out. Like, all our friends came.
Were you doing vegan products before that?
I was vegan. For
Oh,
like
really?
2 years. Pescatarian for a year, vegetarian for another
So
year.
he had knowledge.
Oh,
So
okay.
he made his cashew crema, no sé qué. And I was like, qué chingón.
Yes,
¿Qué es esto?
that sounds good.
You know? And that was the night I fell off the...
Oh, my
He
God.
fell.
What?
It was so embarrassing.
But after that, we used to do breweries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we started doing
And
breweries. We were
didn't-
begging breweries.
We didn't sell at all.
Why do you think that
No one
happened?
knew us.
Nobody knew us.
Oh,
So
and-
we sold like $16 one day, and I was
Oh
like,
my
fuck.
God.
No, at Ogopogo,
The
only one person bought from us, and I think the owner felt so bad that she put a big fat tip.
she put like $200-300 in
Yeah,
the tip.
we were like, no,
Oh, wow.
so embarrassing.
But
Please
at one
take
point,
it.
I was like, fuck, do I need to go back to the kitchen? I'm like,
And I was still working, so I'm like, no, let's keep pushing it. Like, we have money,
Yeah.
and then
So you didn't quit right there.
no, we
right?
didn't quit.
And how much, like, because I'm thinking, like, I guess, like Gil and I are both, we have experience in kitchens, right? Gil worked the Fairplex, so large kind of quantities like you, Elvia, and then me over here. But I'm thinking, like, how much product did you guys invest in? How much product did you guys take that you didn't make money that day? Like, was it?
It wasn't a lot.
loss? No.
it wasn't a lot. Imagine
okay.
probably we took like 5 pounds of chicken, 5 pounds of carne asada.
Okay, so it was.
And
And
we
back
sold-
then, it was more affordable than what it is now.
Yeah.
And we sold like 1, 2, 3 tacos. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, I know the feeling.
And then we go eat our sadness.
I know the
Con
feeling.
dinero que ni teníamos.
Oh, be quiet, you know.
Well, 5 pounds isn't much compared to how much chicken did we purchase that one time?
Like 20 pounds,
We
25.
got like of each, right? Of asada,
Yeah.
20 pounds of asada, and like 20 pounds of
I
like
try to
100
convince.
people.
Yeah.
So I'm the type that's like, hey, we could do that.
Estás
Why not?
pensando siempre en algo.
I'm always. Where
Always.
can we do it? How can we make money? We could do this. So we were having an event for Choteria, and they had asked us to bring someone to cater, right? Or to come and do a pop-up. So I said, you know what? I don't know how the event's going to go. I don't want to bring someone out and them not potentially make money. And if we can make money, why not, right? My dad owns a plancha. We own all these things. We have a pop-up. Why not? I know where to buy the meat already, picada, everything. So we do. Gilbert does his math, and Gilbert's like,
this is how much we need.
he's like, we need 1,000 tacos. And I'm like, no. And he's like, yes, look, if you have so-and-so and this, and he starts doing the math, and he starts like, he's the type that's like, you need to have more, right? Because he learned from the fair that you don't run out. Like,
you never run out. You shouldn't. You shouldn't sell out.
We don't ever like to run out. We take plenty.
Exactly.
So he was like, we can't run out, Amber. And then people are coming here. He did a whole operations, everything. We probably sold like 10 plates at most. And we had so much meat left over. And my dad felt bad for us. And he was like, I'll buy the meat from you guys. I'll make something at home. And I'm like, no, it's okay. We had packs of tortillas, like 30 packs of tortillas. Like, and then I was like, all right, Dad, take it off my hands. I need my money back.
It's so different. Like from that experience, I learned that like it's different when it's your money and not like a corporation's money.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I used to be a chef, like you just buy shit. Like you want to do a special,
you would just buy snacks for yourself.
You have to.
Let me have like a case of strawberries. I like that shit in a day. So yeah, like when it's not your money, you see it easy. But when it's your money, you're like, oh fuck.
La piensas like
Everything counts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like now we try. That's our standard. Like we never actually sold out of everything. We have to have a little bit extra of something because why you gonna lose the money if people is asking for it,
It's embarrassing, like, oh, we sold out.
Yeah.
And it's like super early. No, we like
and like we already know how much to take to each event. That way we can make enough money to pay everything and make some revenue.
And people always say like, oh, selling out is a good thing. Oh, that's a good thing. You sold out. But when you're in the actual business and you don't want to sell out, you're like, God damn it. Like that's what happened to us in donuts. When we first opened donuts, we're like, oh yeah, we can learn how to make donuts. Again, here goes my toxic trait, right? And I know how to do everything. I can learn it. And luckily I did learn it, So you have to echarle ganas. But we didn't know it was going to blow up. So we had one baker. I was decorating. We had like 2 decorators. Let's go, And then it blew up. And you're talking about lines out the door. At some point we did, I don't know, over 3,000 donuts in one day, and these are all hand-dipped donuts, hand-decorated, everything. And people would get so mad because we had to close down to catch up.
They don't understand sometimes.
They did not understand. I always tell the story of this lady that comes in one day, right? During the summer, I still remember it was hot. I remember I was tired. I had been there since like 5 a.m. And she comes in and she's like, I want a fridona, right? Because we did the frida on the dona. And I was like, like you just missed it. But we'll have some more at 11 o'clock. Like we're baking some, be fresh. And she was like, you bitch. And I was like, what? And she was like, my daughter is on vacation and she woke up early. And in my head, I'm like, it's fucking 8 o'clock. Like, that's not too early, And she's like, my daughter's on vacation and she woke up early just to come get the donut. What kind of fucking establishment is this? This is so like, it started going, yelling at me in my face, calling me a bitch. And I'm like, I'll give you $5 for this fucking donut. Like you're degrading me and yelling at me for $5. And that's when I learned the hard way of the industry and service industry of how hard it is and how mean some people can be.
We used to get death threats.
No.
When we went through the whole octopus phase. We didn't know it was gonna hit that hard. And we could only store so much. Like, we're a pop-up. We're not a restaurant. And we would get these huge lines, like, overwhelming. And there was only so many hands that we couldn't leave our station to go tell people, like, hey, we're about to run out. Because we have so many freaking tickets. People are looking. And then llegaba el momento, we're like, oh, we're so, like, we ran out of octopus. What do you mean? I've been waiting here for 20 minutes or whatever.
Like I remember they posted on some news channel. And right away we got emails about it. Like, you fucking stupid people killing these smart
the
animals.
octopus is the most smartest animal there is. Like, how could you?
And I was thinking,
like, do within?
We got dumb ones. That's why they're in the fucking stick.
Yeah, and that's when we learned to have like thick skin. So now we laugh.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Like sometimes people don't understand how hard like or what's the difference between a restaurant and a pop-up? Like they think you're gonna have like a fridge right there full of meat or the meat that they come to get. Like, no, like we travel with coolers and we have this much space. But I think it's been like, it hasn't been that bad anymore.
No, we
Like,
learned.
It's at the beginning stages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's-
every week we would hire the volume and we would still run out at the same time.
Yep.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah, people get really, really tense over their food. That's
That's
some-
right.
I've cried. I've like gone to the back and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I would go home and I tell my mom, I quit. And my mom would be like, why are you quitting? I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't for what? For a churro? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that.
For
But,
concha, really, dude?
yeah,
For a
like,
donut? Come on.
but I mean, when you love something and you go back to it, and
Yeah.
I think that's what happened to us at the beginning was that we didn't have thick skin. You know, we had this fantasy of what it was to have a business and to work with food. That's what I'm saying. Like it's so fantasized, right? And it's this like this beautiful thing of, oh, you're a chef and you're just gonna
Yeah.
use this little knife and you're gonna cut so beautifully and you're gonna decorate so nice and everything smells good. Like, and it's not, you know, everything else that comes with being in a kitchen and giving a service, just giving a service in itself, because you never know who's going to come to your pop-up or who's going to approach you and what their mood is going to be, right? Because you could be happy, you could be having a great day, and somebody comes with fucking bitch face and tells you off. And what do? You know?
Exactly.
Now we're like, all right, lady, just get out of here. That's what we had to do the last time at Sport. Like, yeah, vete.
I tell
Here's your money.
this
Get out of
la-
here.
This lady was yelling at Maria, and I was like, you know what? I want you out of my fucking song.
Like, get off my chair.
But what did they yell about?
A plate.
A plate. She wanted an extra plate,
And then she
was
wanted
yelling about
Maria
it.
to put her food in. And Maria's like, no, like the way you're talking to me, like, here, you do it yourself. So then they were bickering. And then this customer was like, hey, man, just leave already. Like, you got
And they
what you
started
want.
fighting.
And she's like, what? Who the fuck are you? And this and that.
It was bad.
And then they started pushing each other. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, Alex.
Like, I'll give the winner a free taco.
Yeah. That's all we talked about that day.
But I think she was a little bit tipsy
Was she? I don't know.
Where was this?
at Smorgasburg.
At Smorgasburg.
Uh-huh.
So was she fighting over the octopus?
No, the plate.
A plate.
Plate.
Use a
A simple plate. Really?
She wanted an extra plate because she had 3 tacos.
Yeah, and she wanted
3 more?
wanted each. And I was like, just save the planet. Like share, like what?
share that plate.
It was
You don't know each
churro. It was a
other.
churro cheesecake, so it's not hot. It's not messy. 2 bites. It's like
That's why a taco. You don't need a plate with tacos. That's your vessel. You don't need utensils.
Like
You don't need
sometimes
anything.
when they ask for a fork or a
hell
spoon,
no.
I turn around and like, are you really need a fucking fork?
she'll be like,
Get out of here.
I'll
Shoo
give
him
you a
away.
tortilla.
Shoo him
I
away.
tell them, I'll give you another tortilla.
But see, that's the beauty of your own business, right? That you get to tell people, fuck off. Like,
Yeah, we
honestly. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's your reputation, but still, you can only go so far and give so much of yourself.
I don't understand why there's not more of that. There's not. Like, I don't understand why there's not more of that, of standing up for like yourself and your business to a customer. Like, there's this weird invisible like thing, like, or fast like fantasy thing that you have to be nice to a person just because
They're a
they're
customer?
giving you money for a
Nope.
service, right? I don't understand that. Why
That's what I tell
is that?
everyone. Like, not the customer is not always right. Sometimes they assholes. Be an asshole with them. Like, fuck
We've
that.
gladly
Yeah.
given people back their money.
That's
We're
what
like,
we call
this is
evil
not for
cooks.
you. Like, here you go. Or they'll come in and try to change the whole taco. It's like, no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
that's...
can't. Like, we designed, like, we made it for a reason with those flavors, and you want to change this and put that. It's
Like one
no.
time, this guy came and he's like, "Can you make a taco de huevo?" Like, dude, really? I don't do
I was like, no.
tacos de huevo
You
here.
can make that at home.
I'll do that for myself at the house.
Some of that.
Taco de huevo. But that's my favorite. That's happened to us too, where somebody will come and they're like, hey, so if you put this on that, it would be so much better. And then in my head, I'm like, if you put that on that, you'd have a business. like
Have your business.
yeah, have your business. No, one of my favorites is this lady, right? Do you guys have beef with Yelp?
We don't.
No, you guys don't really have it. Okay.
Manage it like.
Well, good.
That's where all the bad comments go.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So at the beginning, I didn't know that, right? That's where all the bad comments, like you said, go. But this lady comes in and she's like elite Yelper, right? Those ones that they call the fucking elite. I didn't know. I was just like, whatever. So she's like, she reviews the whole fucking place, right? Great place, great atmosphere. Everything's great. The service is great. The drinks were good. And then she's like, but I'm going to give it 2 stars. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm reading because I'm reading it. And she's like, I'm giving it 2 stars because they don't have tamales.
Oh.
And she's like,
is that one?
It was that one. She's like, they don't have tamales. And I would really love to eat my frap or drink my frap with a tamal. And in my fucking head, I was like, are you serious? Like, we don't serve tamales. Like, why are you going to base your stars off of something we don't have? Like,
that makes zero sense. That's like going to a hamburger spot and thinking that they're going to have burritos.
I hope you commented on that one.
we didn't. We didn't.
You know which one we get a lot? We have the octopus right there on display, and people say, can I have like a little piece to taste it? Like, no, dude. Like, I don't go to steakhouse and tell them, like, can I have a little piece of your filet mignon to taste it? Like, no.
We get that.
Do you have pictures of your octopus?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you pull up so we can give a perspective of what that looks like?
Tell our listeners, right? Because we know what you guys are about. We've had your food, and honestly, it's amazing. Not just because you guys are on our podcast and because we know you, but your guys' food is amazing. But tell some of our listeners, like, what really made you guys stand out, right? Because your guys' tacos are not just your carne asada tacos. They're not just chicken tacos. They're unconventional things, right? That we all eat, but you guys are putting it together totally different. So explain to us a little bit.
I think it's our style and our pastor negro.
The pastor negro was the first thing that got us out there.
And I think, you didn't really see anything out of the norm with al pastor.
Like, usually you just find in every street your regular pastor.
Yeah.
And what else? The
octopus is what really threw us. Because what the fuck? Who puts octopus? Only the homie from Texas.
Like, we tell everyone we didn't invent it. Like, our friend from Texas, he told, like, hey, dude, you're doing a lot of trompos. Why you don't do the octopus? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it with your permission, but I'll do it black.
Damn.
With our black marinade. Like, I'm not going to do it with the regular al pastor marinade.
Yeah.
And trompos are...
Trompos are the spit.
Okay. The what?
The spit right there.
The spit?
So
Oh, okay.
the thing
That's what
that's
it's called.
holding the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it rotates, right?
That's a
It goes
trompo.
into like it turns, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you also have like ice cream on that too?
yeah.
An
the
ice
ice
cream
cream.
trompo.
That is wild. When I seen that, I was like, no freaking way. That's
we didn't
crazy.
get to try it.
No, we didn't.
Or is it?
Were you early?
But I got to see it.
Huh?
We were early, but we're like, we'll come back.
We
for
had
dessert.
some difficult
Where is it? I thought I just passed
the
it.
top.
It was at the
All the
top.
I think
We
the
had
first
technical
one.
difficulties trying to get it out of the mold. Right there.
Oh, right here.
There it is.
Sorry. The thing was loud. That's so cool. How do you guys even come up with like this? Are you guys like, because I know like for me when we used to do the donuts, I wouldn't eat anything, right? I wouldn't taste them.
Same
I
here.
was just in my mind and I knew that it was gonna work.
Yeah.
What's your guys' process? with all
Usually-
that?
Same.
Usually we don't taste anything.
Yeah.
We use, like, last night I had a dream about like something. I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I use Basically, just gordito dreams.
Yeah, right.
Gordito dreams.
That's what I would say in interviews with the chicharrón donuts. I was like, it was just my fat girl fantasy.
Hell yeah. The McSatan.
Look at that. The McSatan.
So what does that one consist of?
That one is the fresh tortilla, mozzarella cheese, the patty with
We
American
ground our own
cheese,
meat.
and bacon. What's the other?
Avocado,
onions with salsa roja.
Look at that.
onion.
So that one came up on during quarantine.
Yeah.
Damn.
And what's that like? That blue thing that you were using to smash the burger?
The tortilla press.
Tortilla press.
That's wild, dude.
That's how they do it in Mexico. When you go
With the
eat
smash-
hamburguesas.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
El weenie.
I've never seen that
because
before.
it's really convenient. Used to have them already like press.
Yeah,
You
because
just
of
put in
tortillas.
Ah.
And what is that? What is that one called?
That's
Like a weenie flauta?
Yeah, that's like
Weenie
a weenie
flauta?
flauta type of thing.
Dang.
Like, I would eat my weenies like wrapped up in a tortilla,
Mhm.
and why not fry it?
Yeah, frying.
This is just like
And then just
Yeah.
a little fancier with the fancy ketchup and the pickled onions. It's for big, for adults.
for adults.
For adults.
But you guys now, I mean, I see you guys everywhere now. You know, you guys have articles of, you know, the things that you guys are doing and everything. And how does that feel? How does it feel that your food is out there? You guys are so well known now.
Fortunate,
feel?
blessed. I don't know. It's
I don't
weird,
know.
dude.
Yeah.
We're like at Costco, and they're like, "Hey, are you the evil cook?" And we're like, one day we were bickering about something so dumb, and we're at Costco. And we're like, "Let's go shop." Y uno viene, and he's like, "Hey, are you the evil cook?" And
No, I'm
Alex is
not.
like, "No, no."
And the other one is my brother. I have a twin brother.
And he had an evil cook's logo. I'm like, he's just a fan.
It's not really him.
Because, you know, you're a normal person. You just want, you have fights with your partner, like, or you're not in the mood. And they're like, hey, you're the evil cook.
You're like, no, get out
Not
of here.
today.
Not today.
That was the only time.
I'm just evil today. I'm not cook. Just evil.
Yeah.
It's always weird, huh? It's this like weird feeling of
But
like,
we're grateful.
yeah, absolutely.
No, tell her the story about the cop. When you were riding the cop. When you were
That's
riding the
true.
bike.
One time I used to ride my bike to go to shop at Food for Less by the house.
To go buy his snacks.
And I was riding it, and I got pulled over by a cop.
Like a bike, like a bicicleta or
Uh-huh,
motorcycle?
a bicicleta.
Oh, bicicleta. Okay.
And I didn't have my helmet. I was like, probably that's gonna be why. She stopped me. I look like a,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A hoodlum or something.
A hoodlum.
And he's like, "Are you the guy with the black pastor?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's me. I'll be there next week." And he let me go.
Oh my god, is that why he stopped you? Just to
Yeah, he used to
Just to
ask
say
me.
that.
He used to ask.
Y no te sacaron un pedo.
I know I was all scared. I'm
You're
like,
like,
fuck.
He's like, I don't have my knee pads or my elbow pads on. That's funny. Yeah, I think it's just it comes because it's happened to me before, and it's like I don't know what to do. Like I'm all awkward. Like, hi, yes. I remember it used to happen when like right after we would be on TV or something,
Yeah.
and then people would come in and they're like, I saw you on TV, and I was like, oh, thank you, and I'm all like embarrassed over here
All
in the
shy.
bag, all shy. I was like, yeah.
That was me.
That's me. But I think the same as you guys. It's our job.
Yeah.
It's your passion.
It
And
comes with it.
yeah.
You mentioned earlier about going backwards, working in restaurants and then doing pop-ups. Do you think you will ever do a brick and mortar of what you guys do?
Like I tell people, like Evil Cook's never gonna have a restaurant that we start in the streets. We're gonna end up in the streets. We're like we feel like pirates. So we love to travel. We love to set up anywhere. But if we open something, it will be something more upscale, more fine dining type of thing. Maybe another concept. But Evil Cook's gonna stay on the streets for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Well, why is that? Because you just want to keep that.
Because I grew up selling on the streets
Yeah.
of Mexico, and I don't know, that brings happiness to me. That was the happy moments that I have as a child, and I think it makes me happy now that I'm older.
It's a different experience that you get.
You get to talk to a lot of people. You get to go to the customer, and when you have a restaurant, you have to wait for the customer, and I don't like that. I like to look for I like to sell them something. I like to go and offer it to them. Like, here, look, I have this fucking taco. It tastes amazing.
Yeah, and especially when you're working at like festivals or events like that, you get to go watch lucha libre.
Exactly.
Right. I remember you were mentioning something that you used to do lucha back in the day.
Yeah, me and my stepdad used to, and my mom used
Like
to,
we used to wrestle
put
in the
up. No, we used to put up shows.
Oh, nice.
Really?
My stepdad he's still a luchador here in LA, and we own a ring and everything, and we used to have like whole production, putting everything together every Sunday, and we did it for 4 years.
Really?
After that, they get tired. I got too busy, but yeah,
What was that like?
it's fun.
Is it?
Same thing as anything yet you do out of the box? Like, you meet people, you hear stories, you see how the reality is. Like, lucha libre is a show, but at the end of the day, you have to know how to coordinate with all the luchadores to know how to fall, when to jump, when to get him. Like, it's fun. It's fun.
That's my dream, to be slammed or to slam somebody.
Can hook you up with my stepdad.
I'm
he
like, can we make this happen?
Yeah.
Every time he says like, I just want to step inside the ring
Yeah.
and
Just
have someone
feel
just
it.
like slam me, and I'm like, okay. The day of the event, he was like, I think if I go ask them,
I'm gonna go ask him if I can go in there and drink my beer like Stone Cold Steve Austin on the top rope. That's all I want.
But going back to that event, so we seen a flyer, right? And on the flyer, it had all the lucha libre. That's what it was. It didn't say it was a car show. It didn't say it was a bomber, anything. So we're like, wow, lucha libre, micheladas. And then you guys, because we seen that your guys' logo was on there too. And we're like, fuck yeah, you know? So we go to Santa Anita, and then we park, and then we start seeing like, there's nothing wrong with it, but we started seeing like veterano, cholos,
Billions of them.
Yep.
and then
Billions.
they had wagons, and I'm like, why are people taking wagons and tables and chairs? I'm like,
What's going on here? Is
What's
there
going on?
seating? What's happening?
Yeah,
now?
like what do you?
You're
You
Instagramming.
eat your
You're like, "What's going
ceviche
on?"
while you're watching it. What's going on? Because some lady had tostadas. I remember seeing the tostadas out of everything. So we get off, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's okay. We're gonna just figure it out. So
we thought we were at like a totally wrong
we thought
event.
We were at the wrong event.
Thought we're somewhere different.
It was in a different location.
Yeah, so we
Because
walk
they
in.
do that.
Yeah, they
They
will.
have like two different events at the same time.
Right.
So we walk in and we see it, and then we're like, oh shit, this is a car show. Like, you know, and I'm like, where the heck is the lucha? So we're still thinking that we're in the wrong place, but we start walking and we see your guys' tent, and we're like,
Okay. it's
okay,
here.
we're not at the wrong
We're good.
place.
We'll eat before we leave.
Yeah, we're like, but we found the lucha libre. But that was our story.
Yeah, we had to ask somebody. Yeah. But the first thing we did was eat.
And it was amazing. That
Yeah.
burrito, that
Nice.
thing is.
We knew what to take. I'm like, those homies need chilaquiles.
That's
right. I was like, I need them.
Do you guys have like a set menu? Is there something that you guys always take, or does it change?
Depending on where and what event, we'll change the menu. Just like when we went to the Santa Anita, I knew it was gonna be a bunch of homies. I'm like, let's take the chilaquiles. So yeah.
Did you guys have ice cream that day?
No, we've only had it only once for Taco Madness.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's where we seen it at.
So that was like a prototype.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, because it was like we didn't know if it was gonna work. We had no idea. And the first thing that happened, like we couldn't take it out of the mold. We were like, oh my god, that's why we started late. That's why we started late.
So it was already like in a mold prior to putting it on the trompo?
Yeah, because we made the ice cream, and then we have to put it in a mold to set it.
Damn.
So now we tweaked a few things, and we're waiting to see. I think we might do Ice Cream Alley at Smorgasburg in
Ice cream what?
Ice Cream Alley. Every year
Ice
around
Cream Alley?
June, July.
Alley.
Alley. Ice
Alley.
cream alley. Okay.
Ice Cream Alley.
It's an event.
Within Smorgasburg, so
Oh,
it's in
okay.
another section, and it's a bunch of people with like ice creams.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
So I think we're gonna do that and have another tent.
And that's in August?
June or July?
June?
No, wait. July.
July.
Oh, so next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alex, like,
Oh my god.
You're like cancel.
My
Oh,
word
and then you guys
face.
have the trike,
triciclo,
right? El
uh-huh.
triciclo. Have
That
you
was
seen this, girl?
another.
Throw that up there.
Yeah. Have you seen this?
No. What is that on the side? Pero.
Pero Negro. It's inspired by El Tri.
Oh, okay. Wow. I've never seen. That's awesome.
He had been wanting one for a long time, and like anything else, the universe tells us when we're ready, and we just so happen to get one.
Alex, who designs all this stuff? Do you design it?
I guess, yeah.
We have a señor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who I tell him whatever is in my head.
Yeah.
He gets
And he builds it?
Everything
He's in
done.
the industry of maintenance for like the equipment in the restaurant.
Oh.
So he's within the, what do you call it?
He actually builds everything for the restaurants, all the imperial equipment.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And he
So,
does custom stuff for you?
Yeah.
He already knows
Wow.
Alex, que viene con sus pendejadas.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
it's like, what now?
when I told him about the
Ice cream?
I told him like, I need a trompo, but I need it with a motor, and he's like, but it's not gonna work because of the heat. It's gonna burn. No, I need it for a cold trompo. And he's like, otra pendejada.
I want to try this one, the churro one. This is churro cheesecake, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Damn,
That one's my favorite.
I'm hungry.
I know,
Like-
right?
So that used to be the line for the octopus. Used to go around the little hill.
Have you gone to that location?
No.
No.
Okay, so that's the line on Eastern, and then it turns, and there's a park, and then there's like a little subidita.
All the way
Llegaba
up
hasta
there.
allá.
Damn.
So on Saturdays, like, they were like the most stressful days, huh? Because we were so busy.
How many people do you usually serve at this location?
Right now, it's more steady.
Yeah. What was the largest?
I think people said 3 hours waiting.
Whoa.
I think we did over like 4 little books.
Yeah. How many tickets in
50?
each book? 50? Probably 200 people.
200,
Wow.
200 orders.
In a 3-hour window.
Oh yeah, you do these for Valentine's Day, huh?
Yeah,
All right, go next.
I like
All
that
right.
one.
All right. I got you.
Aplícate, por favor.
Okay.
Every February.
Yeah, we started off like we would always see it online. I'm like, but who fucking sells it?
We see
You know?
the
Yeah.
the memes.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, who sells it?
Yeah.
And,
And
we're like,
then
let's do it.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna search for like the boxes. Y que encuentro, and I was like, let's fucking do it right now. So we go and we buy the boxes, and we just put like these random tacos that we made at home, huh? We're like, fuck it, let's
and
stuff
people
it.
start asking for them.
Yeah,
And it was what? We sold probably the first year. We
like
sold
40.
like 40.
And we were sweating like, oh my God, this is a lot.
And now we do more than 120.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Last
awesome.
this year was 140.
Wow.
I don't know.
How do you guys because I mean I'm again, I can only speak from experience, right? Like for us when we first started 7 years ago, there was another shop similar to ours, but not exactly the same, right? And now it's been replicated many times, which to us it's great. It's flattering, right? That's happening. But how do you guys keep up? Like, how do you guys keep standing out from? I mean, obviously, you guys are not like anybody else, right? But how do you keep that creativity just going? Like, how? Well,
Like I tell people, we haven't invented anything. Everything's already invented. we just try to
Put two weird things together.
with our brand on it.
Yeah.
And make it a little bit different. So what we try to do is try to bring a lot of nostalgia from Mexico, that something that I had as a kid, and a little bit of nostalgia from LA from her, and make it like into something different. And that's why I think people keep coming to for something different.
And I think just like our aesthetic, our style, we get a lot of our people, that support us because they're like, man, I love the way you dress. I love your tattoos. I love your vest. I love the music. And they're in line and they're singing to the music that we have. So we'll put like different genres of what we like. Like we'll put our gothic music and then our gothic taco will just start selling.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. So we're
like,
like, put the goth music so we can sell some. And that's I think it brings people like, I don't know.
Yeah. Because it's hard to also stay relevant, right? Like for us, we're always thinking like, okay, we keep to our own, right? But then it's also reinventing a few things here and there and keeping up. And I think like now it's so cool to see how food has revolutionized everything. Like not everybody does food, right? But there's so many more food like out there and out
people
are
getting creative.
They're getting creative.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing, but sometimes too it's overwhelming, right? Because you feel like you need to create more, you need to create new, and for me it gets overwhelming to where I'm like I'm falling behind.
Like for me, I'm very creative. Like I'm a creative mind, I guess, and I always have ideas, and I tell you like I'm thinking about this right now. We need to make it now because
someone didn't do it tomorrow.
Someone is gonna do it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So that for me is like I'm impatient to do things, and I need to get them done because you think probably happened to you before. Like you think about something.
Oh yeah.
Do it like in the next 2 months, and then you're like, damn, why I didn't do it.
Always.
So that's how we keep our thing going. Like we put things out there. Fuck it. Like people's gonna accept it or not. Like just put it there. Like maybe they come and they support you.
Yeah. Yeah. Ideas are like fluid. They go in your mind in and out like that. I mean, the philosophy for me is when you get an idea, just go for it. Right. Because if not, an idea wants to be born. It wants to live. It wants to it needs a host. Right. But if you're not the host for the idea, it's going to leave you. It's going to find somebody that's going to actually do it.
Definitely.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you guys want to continue? I mean, obviously, right? Do you guys see this being forever for you guys?
No, nothing's forever.
Nothing's forever.
No.
Like
we'll probably end up doing something else.
Like I tell Elvia, like one day you're up here, the other day you're down. So take advantage of it. Try to be creative as much as you can and enjoy the ride. Because tomorrow maybe you're gonna be done and it's gonna be a new chapter, a new opportunity to do something else. But who knows? If it's forever,
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Until I could lift whatever. So I could lift the fryer up to the van.
Oh yeah, you guys have a van, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like,
La Diabla.
La Diabla. Is that what you guys
Is
call
it branded and everything, or does it?
It's
Do we
like
have a picture of her?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a logo.
I'm like, I don't want to offend anybody, but it's like those like creepy vans, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So when we first got it, my brother's like, dude, like, I don't know about that. It looks like a creeper van. I was like, fuck. I was like, we gotta get our logos in like super fast.
I was gonna say,
it is.
if it didn't have your logos, I feel like I would get abducted. But it has.
Yeah.
We had it without that van.
Oh, I gotta see
we
it.
had the logo for
a
little
while.
bit.
Where is it?
That's a ranchero.
We'll have that ranchero.
That's one way to kidnap me with tacos out of that van.
Coming out of a van.
Yeah.
There is. It's there. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the
I've seen it.
aesthetic of your t-shirts. I'm going back at the t-shirts and the designs. and
Which the
stuff.
one that the taco Saito, right? You guys have that one? Or no? Am I imagining it? There's
No.
one that you guys have that we thought was cool.
Taco Saddle is her friend.
Oh, okay.
Remember at Smorgasburg?
That's what I can't remember what it
Taco Saddle
said.
tendencies. Los Taqueros, maybe?
Oh, I think it was Los Taqueros. You're right.
Where's the van?
Where's the van?
Oh, the one.
Oh, there she
there it
is.
is, there it
Oh,
is.
no, but it's being blocked by
Yeah, but you could kind of.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh,
Tirsa.
there it is. Oh.
Oh, there's Tirsa. Okay, that looks pretty creepy.
I remember that day.
Like drinking.
I remember that day.
Dang.
Oh, Pauly Shore. I remember that day. I
Pauly,
remember
you
all
met
those
Pauly
days.
Shore?
I
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah.
That was like the best thing. I was pregnant right there.
Oh yeah, like
Pauly Shore went to your guys'
We
Your
used
stand?
to do emo nights in
Oh.
Ecoplex. The first Friday of every month, and oh my god, it was like the most busiest thing because it was from like 7 to 2 in the morning,
Whoa.
and you gotta deal with the drunk kids. And by then, I was done drinking, huh? So
Yeah.
I was like, I hate these drunks
oh, here's the.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh.
with our donuts.
Oh, Ace Barbecue. Okay.
Uh-huh.
With your guys' donuts?
Yeah. That Alex made.
Those.
So every time that it's barbecue day at Smorgasburg, he goes and we do the donuts and
We
we
showed
sell
the tent.
the sandwich.
Chilaquiles, there it is. We used to put crema.
Inside.
That was the first. We used to do papas con chorizo right there in the background.
I'm seeing it right. I'm like, oh, my stomach's like churning.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, would you guys want? Because you guys have a daughter, right? And would you guys want your daughter to follow in your guys' footsteps?
We always talk about this.
Yeah,
I don't want her to be like, I hate you guys and I hate Evo Cooks because of blah blah blah. Because we take her everywhere, not to any events, but
Like to get stuff that
work
we need.
related on our off days.
But
Behind the scenes.
I tell Elvia, like, I would love to. Why not? Like, it will be a dream to see your kid doing the same thing that you love. But I don't want her to do it if she don't want to. I want her to do whatever she loves to do.
Yeah, you don't want her to feel obligated to
Yeah.
doing something like that.
As a kid, like, she enjoys to be around us. She loves
She'll
to
help
cook.
us. She'll help us put our produce away.
She knows where everything goes.
She was turning nopales.
She loves to
Oh, I seen that
be on the
video.
farm.
Yeah.
She's crazy, basically.
She's crazy.
And yeah, why not? If she likes it, like, I would love to teach her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But if not, like, fuck it.
Whatever, man.
What do your parents think about
Uh,
this? Both of you guys.
What about you?
What do they think about you guys?
If my dad was around, I know he'd be crying all the time.
Aw.
He'd be crying and he'd be our security guard. My mom, she doesn't. My mom lived a very isolated life, and I don't think she really understands the magnitude of evil. Not que es algo grande, pero
No, but yeah, you have to give yourself
it's something
credit. It is.
successful. And I'll be like, "Oh, vamos a esto." She's like, oh, "Okay." But then his mom was like,
gets,
"Oh my
she
god!"
gets excited when she sees you on TV.
Yeah, she does.
She
Yeah.
tries to find a channel.
Yeah, she
whatever.
will.
My mom is really proud of me. My dad, I haven't talked to him in a lot of years, probably like 10 years, but he knows what I'm doing. Like, he sees on internet, and I think he's proud because he all I do is because of him. He's a hard worker. He's a baker, and he's a really good one. So I think he's proud. My sister is proud.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get anyone close to you that was like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not a career, anything like that?
Never.
When I first started, my dad was like, ¿Por qué? Si eres mujer. I was like, what? I was like, what? But then he saw that I really liked it, but he couldn't be far enough. But it's okay.
Because all your
All my siblings have
a
like
career.
they have something. And I didn't want to go to like college. Like, I didn't want to do any of that. Yo fui
La rebelde.
la otra, yeah. The other one who would
That
make
was
my
me.
parents
My,
mad.
my sister went to college. I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, you went to
So-
college for a little bit.
I took some college courses.
Yeah.
But
So did I, but I like no me gustó.
Yeah. That's
And I used to like baking, and I was like, me meto en esto. But then, like, fuck, man, those loans kill you.
Yeah.
I feel like before too, like I've said it on here before, and I'm like, no shade to my mom. I love my mom. But before, like, and we're talking about like back in 2008 when I graduated high school. I'm giving my age out, no? But my mom would say, because when I got out of high school, I said, I want to go to culinary school. And she was like, no. And I was like, why? And she's like, no, how about you get a real career?
Oh.
You know, and to me, I went thinking, well, is cooking not a real career, you know? But to my mom, a real career was a doctor, a lawyer, someone that's in an office, you know. To her,
Working hard.
They didn't understand that, you know, you work even harder. You know, I feel like sometimes like in a kitchen or places like that, like, and I didn't go because I was like, no, she's right. So I went into psychology and I said, you know, when I get my psychology degree, if I still feel like I need to cook, I'll go back. And look, I didn't. I quit. I dropped out. But, you know, that I think back then that was one of the stigmas was like, it's not a real career, you know, it's not. And now it's like food is everywhere. We see it everywhere.
That's
It's like booming.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one industry that I think it's never going to go away.
No, as much as
everyone needs to eat.
Exactly. Right. And especially like how popular like mobile businesses are like at the moment. Like it's just crazy because there's festivals everywhere.
And food evolves. It becomes something else. We make it that way.
How do you guys keep up with like what's trending, or do you guys make the trends?
We don't keep up with trends, I think.
No.
What's
You
the
just
trend right
create
now?
your own?
What's the trend right now?
Like the birria thing that was
birria.
going on, like we tried to stay away of it. Like we said before, the hot Cheeto thing. We tried, but we were like, no,
Nos
it's
mandaron a la
not it's
fregada.
not us. So we're like, nah, we're not gonna do the hot Cheeto thing. What else was another trend?
I don't know.
Yeah, like we try to be creative.
Right.
Because if you do the same thing, like some million people doing the same thing, and
You gotta stay
you're gonna
different.
get lost in the.
Yeah. That's how you stand out. You stand out, but you like during the middle of what you were talking about how you bring like recipes from your childhood and then mix them with your LA recipes and then add a little bit flair of like your personality in it. That's how you create. That's how you stand out. You stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how you do it. Like I don't think it's just about cooking. It's about everything. Like if you want to leave like a little piece of you in this universe, you have to make your own thing.
Yeah. Was that like the ultimate thing, leaving like the big kitchens because you wanted to make something that was true to yourself?
Yeah, I think so. Because I was already creating a lot of good recipes, a lot of good stuff for other restaurants. So I'm like,
Your ideas for other people.
why not to do it out there? Like they're looking at the recipe and they're like, what if we change this little thing to make it more approachable? I'm like, no, I like it this way. So you know what? Let me go out there and do it myself.
Yeah. Because in that industry, it happens a lot, right?
Like, for example, like even the names, you have to get creative with names, right? Like we have the hot dog thing. I call it the doggy style. And in a restaurant, they wouldn't let me call it the doggy style. Even she didn't want me to call it that.
She's all rolling her eyes. She's like,
That's me. That's what I wanted to call it.
And then we'll get a customer and she's like, do you like it doggy style? Or do you like it? And I was like, the food. Like, Alex.
That's the funny part. We have another burrito called, it's in a secret menu. It's the McSatan inside of a burrito.
Ooh.
But it's 2 patties. And I call it the double fist.
Oh, yeah. She's like, do you like double fist or doggy style? That's what she said. Oh, my
So
goodness.
I love that. Like, nobody can stop me. I do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck I want.
That's what it's about, right? Just doing whatever the hell you
Like,
want.
I think your whole life, you live it with people's standards, why not to do what your standards are, like, you know? Like, I remember going to school and telling me, like, you have to do this and this, stay sit. Like, no, dude, like, come on, it's not a jail, it's a fucking school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, especially like in this type of industry, you gotta stay true to yourself, especially what you guys are doing. You guys are doing like no other. It's freaking wild. Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys are doing it. So what's the plan in 1 year and 5 years? Like, what's the future? What is the Evil Cooks looking like in 5 years?
We don't have
We
plans.
don't think about that.
Yeah.
Look at the pandemic.
We have plans to, in short
Sure, yeah.
time. Like
The most
probably
is up till November. That's as far as we're thinking right now.
How did you guys navigate that? The first world pandemic or the second world pandemic in our century? Like, how did you guys do that? Like
we said, it was
a blessing
for
to
a lot
us.
of people. It was bad for another people, but for us, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Like, that's when we started, like, doing the octopus. We got creative. They didn't have that many options. So, you know, people were, like, going to pop-ups just to go pick up and leave. So it was pretty good for us. We can't complain about that. And we took the
risk.
The risk.
And he's always wanted to sell from home just because we have a really good location. And then he's like, come on, let's do it. And I was like,
because I was going crazy, you know, like as a creative mind, you need to put those thoughts out.
He's like, let's sell mermelada, let's sell mole. And I was like, okay, that's a lot already. You know? And then he's like, fuck it, let's sell in the front yard. And I was like, all right. You caught me on a good one.
Yeah. So from there, like, people start asking for more days and we start setting up there.
And then they wanted vegan. We're like, oh man, fuck it. We'll do vegan too. Because then we're losing customers.
Trompo.
Yeah.
So then you have to get creative with the vegan.
Let's make a vegan trompo.
Let's make a vegan trompo. And then we got annihilated in Mexico.
Yeah.
Someone made us into a
became
meme.
What?
we became a meme.
Our trompo.
Or zombie trompo.
The zombie trompo, they call it.
Qué cochinada. What is it, from the morgue?
Que ya se mira como el... I don't know how they call the morgue in Mexico. ¿Sabe? I don't remember. But yeah, it comes like a morgue trompo or something like that.
And we're like, yes, we made it to the motherland.
That's how you know when you've made it, ladies and gentlemen. You are a meme.
Whether a good or a bad one, right?
Yeah.
And then we're sending it to our family. I'm like, read the comments.
And a lot of people, friends from Mexico, were sending it to me like, hey,
What
dude,
the
this
hell?
is your trompo. And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
So what was this trompo? Like, it's a vegan trompo, and what did it have on it?
Everything's like well put.
Mm-hmm. So when I thought about it, I was vegan. I was like, fuck, I should make a trompo vegan. And we did a vegan taco madness.
I almost died.
And it was just basically thinking about, like, to bring some flavors, kind of like pork, but it's not pork.
Texture.
Right.
So we start putting napa cabbage, portobello mushrooms, eggplant, and onions. So, and just marinated with
recado
negro. And that was it. It tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, it was all vegetables.
All vegetables.
Oh, nice.
And we have chorizo verde vegan. We have chicharrón en salsa verde.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we have our chilaquiles that we serve vegan as well.
Yeah. And it's all vegetables. You didn't use any of that fake meat stuff.
No,
that's one thing
that I didn't want.
She did that really good research on all this impossible meat.
Like, that shit will make you a diabetic.
It has a lot more
so bad
stuff.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow.
Why not just to use like vegetables, real stuff?
Because it's like really processed, right? And
it's like
for
super
it
processed
to be made to look like meat.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that new meat that was it new meat or new
chicken?
Chicken that was like created in a lab or something?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like fuck it, it's gonna happen, you know. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Like, people eat McDonald's. It's even worse. Like, they're already in like something that they created in the lab.
So it's already there.
It's already there.
Yeah. They're just
Good thing
disguising it.
We don't eat McDonald's.
But it's your choice if you want to eat it.
Right.
During the pandemic, we did buy half a cow. My family.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wait, hold on.
She was like, we bought half a cow.
You what?
we bought a half a cow.
You buy it?
Yeah, and they come like cut up
Oh, okay.
in section. You don't get the half a cow,
Oh.
but like,
like,
you know,
what-
like the
what
steaks,
side of the cow?
ribs, and all that.
She's
and,
like, we got the backside of the cow.
and I think it's a great way to support your local farmers too. Is instead of buying all that weird shit.
Gail was just able to experience, because we went to Sinaloa a little over a month ago, and where my family is from, it's a ranch. So it's a rancho. They eat off of their own land. So he got to experience killing the pig, going
That's
from
badass.
killing the pig
From beginning
To the end.
to the end.
And
Was
you
it
use
delicious?
Eating the
everything.
chicharron. Oh my God, it was delicious. Yeah.
amazing.
I used to do that here in Chino. Come and get my pig, cook everything.
Do you guys
Got it
know
myself.
anyone that sells pigs out here?
I'll find
I
somebody.
would like one.
The only thing that I've had like from like really farm fresh are eggs. There's
Same.
two egg farms. I'm trying to get Billy's Egg Farm to sponsor me. I'm always wearing their T-shirt on the podcast.
Come on, man. Few eggs.
A dozen of eggs per
Per episode.
There's one in where we live, up in the hills.
egg sereno.
Exerino that does that.
Oh, chicken farms?
Yeah, they have a chicken farm up in the hill.
Up in the hill of El Sereno.
Really? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of farms out
You
here.
should have like a farm right here. Like
He
little...
just said there's two.
No,
but
like
he-
Oh,
ourselves.
you.
Our neighbors are
Oh yeah,
growing something.
back there they
That's
grow
cool.
something.
Something we don't know.
Oh.
We don't know.
The devil's lettuce.
I'm like,
I hope. Here's hoping. But there's a nursery back here, and then there's one across the street. There's a lot of
We heard there's like a
farmings
dairy
out
farm
here.
around somewhere.
Yeah, like an old dairy farm. I think Chino's like Paramount. It goes back to all their dairy farms back in the day.
But there's nothing, and I think that's why I'm very particular in like, especially Mexican food, right? So when I started dating Gil, he wanted to go eat Mexican food, and I'm like, Mexican food in my house, like, you know?
Yeah.
But
I didn't have Mexican food. I had
yeah,
Hot Pockets and Captain Crunch.
so he didn't.
had.
He didn't grow up with someone cooking.
I didn't.
You know, traditional.
I had
Mexican
McDonald's.
dishes.
I had
Yeah.
my dad gave me a couple of bucks here. Go get a McDouble and leave me alone.
So he'd be like, "All right, let's go to this restaurant that I know here," and I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like,
I thought
don't
it was
wanna
good
go.
Mexican
He
food.
thought it was good.
I thought it was good agua chile. Okay,
And
I
then,
did.
And then he started tasting, you know, what my dad would make or what we would make. And again, I'm being biased because it's my family and that's what I grew up with. But to me, it's delicious, right?
Yeah.
But I also like that I was able to experience that rancho life where I was able to experience literally farm to table. And I think it really, really, I don't want to say corrupted my taste buds, but you know, I'm a elite Yelper now. No, I'm just kidding.
she secretly does that. She's secretly a
kidding, I'm
Yelper.
not.
You have a different name, don't you?
Yeah.
I hate Yelp. No.
Instead of M66, it's like
No, but
M69.
There's such a difference. There's such a difference between eating farm to table to what we eat here that's processed.
Or even like ocean to table. Like when I eat fresh, when I ate that fresh agua chile, or what was
They were
it? What was it called?
Gallos de
Yeah,
hacha.
that-
Yeah. Oh my God. It tasted so different, but it was delicious. And now I know what fresh fish. Now I know what it's supposed. Now I know what mariscos is supposed to taste like.
Shit.
It's a huge difference. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was born and raised in Mexico, and I used to travel a lot, so I had to try a lot of good stuff. Like in los ranchos, como dice ella,
Mm-hmm.
like you get to try like really, really like fresh food. Like they grow their frijoles in the backyard, corn. They have the calabacitas, they, like the tomatoes, chiles. They have 2-3 pigs that they kill once a year. So that's the best.
Yeah, tortillas
Tortillas
recién hechas.
every day.
The queso
Queso
panela,
fresco.
queso fresco, all that. Like
So good.
If you have the opportunity, go to a ranch.
For sure.
I'll take you.
That's the vacation.
She's not that bad because I think her parents used to have like chickens in the bag. They used to have bees.
Bees,
Really?
vegetables. My dad had the green thumb.
So she's lucky that they had all that. So
Yeah. I would play with the chicken and then I would have it for dinner.
You know how to harvest honey?
Yeah.
Really?
I had like, I was stung so many times as a kid, but my grandpa had like 6 or 8 boxes of
bees.
Yeah, up until
Whoa.
I don't know, some fucking
Somebody
neighbor couldn't handle our bees, and then we had a park. There's a park, and there's a school and a middle school. So the city came, and took our bees. Yeah, but everything.
they even have a hole to do like barbacoa in the hole.
We have
Ooh, barbacoa.
What do you call it? Pozo.
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 Wait, hold on. Barbacoa in the hole?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's how they do it in the ranch too.
Pibil?
Did I miss that part?
No, that's what my mom was talking shit about. That she was saying that it tastes different because they didn't do it in the hole, they did it on the stove.
Oh.
But they build this big hole. What? Like how many feet?
So you dig it. It's like at least 6 feet.
Yeah.
Like 6 feet, and then
But
it's
it could be 4.
but it's pretty deep, ours, and then it's lined with brick.
That way, it
The
holds
ours
the
is
heat.
it's lined with the gray ones. And then I remember my uncle's always making barbacoa.
Yeah, you put your pot in there. You
Yeah.
start the fire. You put your pot in there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people cover it.
And you can feel the
The
difference for
heat,
sure.
yeah, the taste.
What?
Yeah, it cooks completely different.
Wow.
So now you need to go back and try it like that.
Boom.
Yeah, he wants to go
Take
back.
me back.
We have
Amber.
to. You have to see when they do the pan too. When they do the brick ovens out of. So in rancho behind our house we have an oven, but it's made out of mud.
The adobe.
The adobe. Yeah, it's just literally mud, water, and they form it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was our oven made of adobe.
Really? Growing up? Damn.
And
That's
they
wild.
didn't have like, here they have the gas line. It used to be petroleum.
Yeah.
That's how they used to get the adobe hot.
Yeah, when I seen the ovens like that, like it was like outside and then also inside, and then the wood goes outside and then the fire goes in. I'm like, this is crazy. This is 2023, but it is wild to see that. And to eat food from that, fucking delicious.
And now with all the food movement, like coming back, like you see a lot of that now. And people are like working hard to bring like whatever nostalgia back and do it the same way the grandma used to do it.
That's boring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck it up and make it better.
Gotta make it, we gotta gothic it up a little bit.
Jeez.
We're over here like, oh, that's amazing. That's boring.
You know?
We always said it.
I
Grandma
know.
already did it.
I'm like, how
Let's
can I
do
make
it
my
tomorrow.
grandma turn her grave, you know?
You're like, my grandma's dead already.
That's what we want. We want to make our grandmas mad.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. Alex, Elvia, thanks for coming out and doing the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I really
Yes.
appreciate it. So go ahead and tell us where we can find you guys and what you guys got coming up.
Instagram at evil_cooks. This weekend we're closed, okay? So don't show up. But the following week, if you go onto our Instagram, we always post our schedule. Please check it. Messages.
But for sure, you find us at Smorgasburg every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
10 to 4. I think we are off just 2 days out of the
Yeah.
year.
Christmas and New Year, so we're there.
Wow. And you guys have your t-shirts anywhere?
Yeah, we sell them at
At
every
our
pop-up.
pop-ups.
Oh,
We're-
okay, but not
We're bad shippers.
We're bad. with
Got
this
it.
shit.
Okay.
We're bad shippers.
We can only do one thing.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah,
So
really.
we got to head out there and I got to get a shirt
Yeah, I need that burrito again.
and the burrito. And the ice cream. I didn't eat the ice cream last time.
Yeah, I've never had one of the dessert tacos.
You
You
must
guys
try.
have to.
We must.
Next time we go, we got to Try everything.
Oh, our old setup.
That was our first setup.
Totally different now.
Yeah.
You guys do private catering?
We do.
If you need a catering, emails
evilcooks.com.
at gmail.com.
Oh yeah, gmail.com.
That's okay, because I'm gonna have all the links to contact you guys for anything. Check them out.
Sure. That's
In
our
the show
current crew
description.
right there.
Oh,
Here's a van like poster.
Yeah.
there it is. Kidnap
Yeah.
me.
Kidnap me and serve me tacos. All right.
Oh, there's our podcast.
Here it is.
There it is.
I want to listen to it.
All right, we're gonna listen to it.
It's awful, guys. Horrible.
We want our ears to bleed. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
you.
Mind Buzz.
Peace and love. See you guys later.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram @the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.